Uber rides with babe. Yeah, so, nah, our kids ain't gonna have to go through that aspect of the hood. Matter of fact, a little quick Uber ride with us, right? Yeah. She eating her chips, yeah, a little content. Because everything is content. Oh, Sonny, look at, oh my God, look at the baby. Yo. Well, this is 2024 now. Everybody's vlogging and shit, so it's been a while. Get used to it. So, I had told Bae something earlier, right? And I had spoke from a space of, when it comes to divorces, I feel like divorces is more so... Divorces...
You said...
It's based on... Yeah, go ahead. Say what I said.
Not to interject, but I really want to... It was the idea of... This is how you stated it to me.
Right.
You said divorces fail because the husband stops trying.
Right. Like, damn. No wonder you felt that way.
I was like, oh, that's subjective.
Right. And I was like, nah. No, it's not. No, it's not. Right? But that's usually how I get to my points naturally, by going left to go right. So I said the only way it could be subjective is if the woman is in the masculine phase, where she's the structure and the man is just energy with no structure. So he's like, he wants to be feminine. Like, he needs that masculine from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. And that's...
I feel like it'll be doomed from the start, because... Not saying that both don't have both masculine and feminine energy as, man or woman. But it's the idea of you're not leading.
Right.
As a man.
Right.
It's 50-50, but it's like, you do your part, I do mine. So I can't do my part in your part. Especially in reference to the way of the superior man, the way he speaks of it, is like,
right.
If I'm more masculine than you, you're not my reciprocal. So therefore, it's already doomed from the beginning.
Right.
So what the fuck is we doing?
Right. Like how she tells it. It's the reality, and that's kind of what leads to a lot of women get into that space. Let's just say, for example, the man has a lot of money, you feel me, and she has to be that masculine, so she gets used to the aspect of being the structure, right? And now at this point, it's like fun for her to enjoy the masculine in relevance to him being the feminine. Like, it's a little bit antagonizing a little bit, where it's like they do it on purpose.
I feel like if you're speaking from that paradox, then she's not going to respect you as a man.
Exactly.
So therefore, she won't view you as a man anyway. She might cheat on you, belittle you, or just treat you like a child, because it's like
the woman in CSI.
She doesn't view you from that, oh, this is my man. He has purpose, he has discipline, he's driven. I can trust him to guide us. If you don't have that, she gonna play with you.
All the time, but you want to be played with. That's the thing. Because you're intellectualizing what love is. So you assume that love is providing, right?
Right.
It's different paradoxes. So love is provided, right? And since you believe that love is providing, the only way for her to love is to also provide, right? So now you think that's dope because it's a reflection of you, not knowing that the more you intellectualize love from that aspect, you'll never really be in love. You'll just be loving from your perspective of it. In love is when you both have a balanced understanding of what love is for you guys, and that's where the 50-50 comes in. So most times you'll see people go through these type of situations. They might not end up like the CSI shit, where bro, whatever happened. Shout out to CSI. But it might happen from a space where they might not fuck with each other no more, get a divorce, or they might not get divorced. They might just be boyfriend and girlfriend, and then move on to another relationship that probably teaches them a better understanding of what they went through. That's if they unpacked after that relationship.
If not, you're going to repeat the same fucking cycles with different fucking people. And when you're the common denominator, you're wondering, what is going on?
Well, you'll always have things like,
yeah,
it's so good. you'll always have things like emotions made easy, right? That will genuinely help you through aspects like this. So if you're that person in any one of these paradoxes, go to Emotions Made Easy. Go to blackraps.com and get you a nice spiritual cleanse, a mental detox, or some aura maintenance, right? We have subscriptions for that. Or you can do a Let's Talk session, voice notes, phone calls, or text and FaceTime coming soon. Because you have to understand that you'll only understand yourself through mental telepathy. A lot of times you'll have people, I'm gonna get straight into it. You'll have people that, let's just say, they go outside and they don't know when they encounter themselves. So they're so busy judging the motherfucker they're encountering because they've been so used to being hyperactive in relevance to judging themselves. Remember, this is you versus you, right? I found me, she found her, and it's vice versa. So even the guys that go outside with the hyper masculinity and they say, well, listen, bro played with me the wrong way. I'm from this set and this block. I'm gonna go handle this with the rivals. You have to understand that when he goes hunting, he's looking for somebody on his energy as he's hunting. You feel me? I remember I had a situation, right? And I won't list the communities or the gangs or whatever the case may be, but we'll just say bad boys. Yeah, let's make it funny. So I'm walking down, the block talking to my mom, and bad boys pull up in the car, and there goes Puff. He goes, "Look out of here, Death Row K." And I'm like, I get off the phone with my mom and I just look at them. And as I stare at them, I get to see, that's why it's always good to observe. Read Human Nature by Robert Greene. Observe, but not from the space of you're obvious, like you have hidden agendas or something. But I'm just looking at motherfuckers, and what I see in the car is 4 men, or probably 5, because someone has to scoot in the middle. They're bad boys, you know what I'm saying? So somebody has to scoot in the middle, and there goes the Puff. Now, my thing is this, right? I'm seeing that when they looked at me, they couldn't see me. I was invisible to them. Because I'm just sitting here observing. I'm doing something that they're not used to. That actually makes them more intimidated, but their spirit is like, wait, time out. This is not somebody to really mess with. You feel me? This is not somebody that wants war, or honestly, I'm not on that energetic log. If you look into the map of consciousness and things like that sort, you'll see that a lot of these aggressive tendencies, anger, fear, comes from hypermasculinity. It's at the survival paradigm where people are constantly trying to survive over bullshit. You live in a space now that you don't have to live like your ancestors from a space of pessimism. But by all means, we still here and we still made it through. So if you want to live from that space, you got to think about your generation, right?
Also, unpack your childhood traumas. That's the root of all the fear, hypermasculinity, and all that. It's your belief system based on your subconscious thoughts on what happened in your formative years, from childhood.
Right.
Who didn't give you attention, love, affection, and therefore you seek it in your adulthood because you're not even conscious of how you subconsciously maneuver.
Right.
Why things trigger you, why that intrigued you, why that is appealing.
Right.
Get to know yourself. That's why you unpack shit. Sit with it. Anything. Uncomfortable, comfortable. Why does this make me feel this way? What was the first time I felt this way?
Right.
You'll get to the bottom of a lot of shit.
Right, and she's definitely right about that. And I'll be honest, good mom, genuinely, everything. I don't need to label her too much. And look at Asani.
31 weeks today.
Right. It's the idea that he gets to experience these conversations from an energetic field and be a spirit, because he's receptive towards us. She can feel that, I can feel that. So also I'll say another thing in reference to unpacking, right? You got to understand that you can't unlock anything without unpacking. How do you play a board game without unpacking it? Doesn't make any sense. You have to understand that. So I'll go into a little thing for you, right? Because my lady did break that down real well. What I'll say is this. When it comes to even fair, I'll teach you about it. By the way, we on our way to the studio to drop some heat. You feel me? As usual. But when it comes to fear, you have to understand that when you fear something, what you experience is something called hyperactivity and inaction. If you don't believe me, check the consciousness level chart by David R. Hawkins. You basically are at a space where you start to feel hyperactivity. So that means that you have to adapt to patience. You have to be more patient so you can adapt to the hyperactivity, right? And then you talk about what's the way through it. You have to overcome it, but you have to overcome it through understanding what you're going to experience, hyperactivity and inaction. So a lot of people don't take action when it comes to their fears. Just a little breathing can help. Take a deep breath, pull back, understand, observe it. That is still an action with intention of trying to overcome it. So you have to understand that the intention has to be to overcome it. If not, you'll stay in the same lane for how long, and you'll end up crashing like Diddy. Did he do it? I seen the 2020 thing, and I feel like it was 50-50. They showed you a montage, like a compilation of things that were already out. Honestly speaking, I've been through a lot in relevance to domestic, me and my lady, vice versa. And I'll tell you something, it's not a good feeling, and it's not something that you should stay into. You should try to overcome that and become better. Yeah, it's hyper masculine. You're at a space where you don't understand yourself, and you don't want to hit a version of you, because honestly speaking, it never works. You feel me? Honestly. And you just create generational curses behind that, and it continues and continues, like she just said about childhood trauma. A lot of the guys that I've seen on this shit called The Word on the Streets or any documentaries came from a lot of childhood trauma. You feel me? What's a good movie that was like that? Well, look at Henry from Goodfellas. He was already in that lifestyle since young, right? And then he ended up getting older. Also, he had situations in relevance to his dad. His dad was hyper masculine.
Wasn't he abusing him?
Yeah, his dad was hyper masculine, doing things like that. I think so. Yeah, he was abusing him. It's the same thing in Bronx Tale too. You feel me? So it's like, the more you understand your childhood traumas, in relevance to that thread that connects you to abuse and domestic understandings, because everybody goes through it, whether that be physically, mentally, or psychologically, or spiritually. So we're not going to even sit here and cap. Be a real man about yours. Would you like somebody beating on you? And same goes for the women. Would you like somebody hitting on you? And verbally, shit, you see how niggas is these days, hitting on you in relevance to verbally. Yo, what's good? Oh, she can't speak? You niggas need to stop that also. You need to focus on you and find yourself so you can pursue the right woman and stop pursuing aspects of limerence, which means creating fantasy and romantic fantasies based on shit you don't understand, only based on you. The world is 100% open. Understand yourself. There's two aspects of truth, absolute and relative. Get right and get your shit going. Peace, God. Feel me? For the woman too. Get yourself right. Stop using all that fucking makeup. You look dead. You look like you need to be in an African movie.
No, because I feel like women need to stop structuring a man at the center of their lives.
Right.
You'll attract the right spouse when you become the best version of you.
Right.
Get to know yourself. What do you like? Date yourself.
Right.
You want flowers? Buy yourself flowers. You want to go out on a date? Take yourself on a date. Stop waiting for people to do for you what you want to do for you.
Right.
You set the tone. Your relationship with yourself is the relationship people see you, and then they reciprocate that.
Right.
So.
And let's go even further. If you're in a situation where the guy or the woman's not doing this, remember, that means that you're not doing it with the intention to do it. You have to do it from a space of love and intention. Understand why you're doing this. If I'm going to get flowers, I'm not going to get flowers because I want her to admire the fact that I got flowers, because that might mean that this shit is transactional. So whatever you're putting out something, it's like, I don't know if it's Indian given, but it's like you're looking to receive something from what you're putting out. When in actuality, you should just be doing this from an appreciative space and an empathetic space, not wanting anything back. And that's how the universe gives you, genuinely. But much love. My storage is low. is saying tap to manage. But much love, much peace. This is me. This is my lady. Our beautiful baby's on the way. And we're everything we need to be and more. Shout out to Denzel
Washington.
Can't wait to interview you, brother. Much love. Hope you see this. But you will if you need to. Much love. Peace. Fuck yeah. Good work, man. That was fun.
It's still recording.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I thought you wanted to stop it because the storage was low.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Later, guys.